Episode 1 of Demon Slayer Swordsmith arc continues Ufotable's unstoppable run with the series. I mean, this is the same anime that's responsible for decimating the first Pokemon movie and Miyazaki's Spirited Away at box office. The reasons to watch could not be more clear, and we'll be going over even more reasons to watch in this video, but who would have thought that these characters and their universe would become such a global phenomenon? Why is this happening? What is the secret source? It became very apparent when watching episode 1 of this new season that Ufotable is actually the reason that Demon Slayer bangs. They are the lifeblood behind the series. Don't get me wrong, Gotoge, the author of the series, did an excellent job in creating all of these characters and lovely world they inhabit, but it's Ufotable's ability to create electrifying scenes and moments that is hard carrying the series into legendary status. No amount of winding dialogue or serpentine plot twists can make up for the gap for what Demon Slayer does really well. This show is not Ergo Proxy. No, my friend, this show is a bomb, an explosion of visual ecstasy and storyboarding that uses a generally faithful adaptation from the manga as its stairway up to heaven. And here's one of the scenes that really caught my eye. Check this shit out. Now, the reason why I'm gassing up this section of this episode is because originally it was supposed to be rather straightforward. It's a simple setup for a payoff later in the series. Gotoge creates this chapter in the manga with the purpose of introducing us to the members of the Kizuki, while also setting up a practical motive for them, the Upper Moons, to take initiative. Muzan is pissed. It's been 113 years and these dudes haven't done anything. We soon learn that Muzan will be sending not one but two of these Upper Moons, and if you watch the previous season you'll understand that even one was crazy difficult for our heroes to defeat. So this chapter was initially supposed to be set up, but then out of nowhere, like Randy Orton slithering in, we get extreme close-ups, we get feature film level animation and powerful dynamic camera movements, all in an effort to remind us that the Kazuki cannot fuck this task up. This is high stakes. You might not remember this, but the last time Muzan called this kind of meeting, it did not end well for those involved. So this chapter that in the manga was mainly based on giving exposition and conveying a glimmer of the internal motivations of the Kizuki is completely flipped into a visual spectacle by the animation team at Ufotable. The one thing you couldn't really feel in the manga that's super apparent here is the absolute scale of this labyrinth we find ourselves in. The perplexing structure seems to not only contain rooms but vistas.
Wow!
Anyway, in other news, the screen and the characters look alive, vibrant, like they're breathing. The quick cuts and foam burns give a mystic quality to the sequence, almost as if the strength of these characters is causing the camera itself to glitch out and go next. It plays out like a fever dream, with the transitions and the effects being used masterfully to stir up an eerie feeling within your bones. Without ever having to say it, we intuitively understand that the power of these beings is very high. They are scary strong. I'm sure some of you, like me, would have gone as far to subconsciously start comparing these Upper Moons to the first time we met the Hashira and the image of them we have burnt into our heads.
Come on now, demon!
What we're experiencing here though is a very different environment. This is Muzan's order, or disorder in this case. It's his infinite fortress filled with chaos and aberrant forms. His power here puts even these Upper Moons to shame. Muzan's display of this power in this scene is excellent and takes form in what I can only describe as one of the best match cuts in anime. Period. It quickly exposes that Muzan has casually guillotined Gyoko's head without moving an inch from his desk. The CGI in this is so well put together, but can admittedly feel overbearing. But you and I have got to think about this, right? If there was one place in the series to go crazy in terms of using mixed mediums to create a memorable scene, this is it. Where the boundaries of the natural and the unnatural are being pushed by this unexpected collection of powerful entities. Now, it's not every day where I personally step away from an anime and feel that it has not only enhanced the feeling from the manga, but it's also managed to add intrigue to the scene through its editing, its effects, and crisp sound design, which pretty much explains why it will win you over. If you're sleeping on this season, I don't know what to say except do better. I'm playing, but at the same time, I can't believe we're living in a time where one of the most hyped up animes in history is actually well deserving of its praise. And this is purely through a passionate art team and needle sharp execution.